Yeah, hello Uncle. The it is live now. We can start the session.
So hello everybody, myself Ankur Parmar and we have Santan Krishnan also here. So we will introduce with the course system commands. I will play a pre-recorded orientation session.
Uh, Sorry, Uncle. We are not able to hear the audio.
So where is the option?
Yeah, once you are sharing the screen, just stop share. Once you click again the stop share, you will get option a tick mark will be there. Just enable that.
Okay, first I have done stop sharing now.
Yes, click on share button. You will see a small icon before selecting the screen.
Share sound. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I missed that. Sorry about this. We will start again. So I'm starting the video, Krishnan. Please confirm when I
Yeah,
start.
currently I'm hearing audio only.
Just a second, Krishnan. Okay. Can you see the video now?
Yeah, yeah. Just start the video.
So Krishnan, are you not able to see the video?
Yes, yeah.
You are able to see the video, right?
No, Uncle. Actually, it's like a freezed frame, like that.
Yeah, yeah. It's
No audio, no video. Just
just a second. Let me share the screen again then.
No, we are seeing the video actually. Just try to play it. We can check once whether the audio is coming or not.
Okay.
yeah, the video is not. Yeah,
Now I have shared it again. Can you see the video now? Hello.
yeah,
Yes, please play it.
yeah. Okay, just start the video.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah,
Now,
it's
can you
live
welcome to
now.
the session on system commands? This course is offered as a diploma level course at the IIT Madras BSc program, and this is offered by the course faculty Dr. Gandham Fani Kumar. He is a professor at the Department of Metallurgical and Materials Engineering. And to know more about his academic and research interests, please go through the link on your screen. Now, let me introduce you to the two course instructors of this course. So, first is myself, Ankur Parmar, done my MTech from IIT Bombay in Computer Science, and we have Santan Krishnan, MTech from Anna University. Let me walk you through the contents of the session. So, we'll start with the motivation behind the course. So, why learn Linux or the Linux command line? Then we'll go through the course outline, the contents of the course, the weekly assessments, grading pattern and the scoring formula, what support is offered from course structure, and then what are the expectations from the students, and lastly, software and hardware requirements for the course. So let's start with why learn Linux or Linux command line. So I will share some statistics on the Linux usage and that you guys may not be aware of. So Linux kernel powers many embedded devices, mobile devices, and personal computers directly or indirectly. Now, why do we say directly or indirectly? Because there are a lot of devices that you may be using and you may not be aware that underneath they are using Linux kernel. One of the examples is Android operating system, which is based on Linux kernel. Chrome operating system offered by Google for desktops and laptops also runs on Linux kernel. Even the Make OS is based on Unix. So basically, it makes Make OS and Linux siblings. Now, Linux is the most widely used OS for servers, especially web servers, in the cloud industry and the supercomputers. If I tell you the stats for the supercomputers, so almost all supercomputers today, the best ones run Linux. The most popular OS in cloud is also Linux. Now, of all the Linux distribution, there are a lot of Linux distribution. So, of all those, Ubuntu is the most widely used one, and for our course also, we would be focusing on Ubuntu. Even Microsoft, as a company, uses it to run some of its operations. Although Microsoft is one of the competitors of Linux. And Microsoft offers application known as WSL, Windows Subsystem for Linux, and in the latest version WSL2 there is a support for graphical user interface also. That means you can use Linux on Windows machines just like you have installed another OS on your machine. Now Linux is also used widely in the software industry, and roles like system and network administrator, DevOps engineering, system software engineering, etc. Now, it is also the widely used operating system for data science, and I have mentioned the source for it. There have been a lot of discussions in the last session by the students regarding the use of Linux on Discourse, and that you guys can search on Discourse and go through those threads. So why command line? So command line is what separate amateur programmers from nerds and seasoned programmers. So command line is a very handy tool to do big tasks easily. So daisy chaining commands is one of the Linux features that can achieve complex tasks easily. For example, suppose you want to archive all files on your computer that are an year old and greater than 100 MB. So if you want to do that, you cannot do that easily through GUI. You have to manually go and search the information of each file, see if it is greater than 100 MB, then move it. This is one option. Through GUI, other option could be if you already have an app designed by somebody or yourself. Now, the problem with that is if the app is designed, even then you would be able to access the limited functionality that the app offers. But with the CLI, After going through the course, you will know that if you write a small script, you can achieve this. You can archive all files on the computer that are year old and greater than 100 MB, or if you want to tweak the functionality a bit, like greater than 2 years old, greater than 6 months old, or greater than 200 MB, or anything that can be done with very small change in the small script. Now let's talk about the course outline. In week 1, we will be going through how to set up and run Linux, the command line environment of Linux, simple commands in Linux to start with, then knowing your hardware and software of the machine, and exploring the file system, root file system. Also, file types and access modes. In week 2, we will start with introduction to shell variables, and we'll go through more Linux commands in various ways to combine these commands. Then how to manage running processes on the on your machine, then file descriptors and symbolic links. In week 3, redirections, that is input and output redirections using the file redirections and the pipes, then something more on shell variables, environment variables, managing running programs, and software management. Software management means installing and uninstalling packages and all those things. Week 4, the contents are slicing output using cut command, pattern matching. This is one of the very important topics, not just in Linux, but in any programming world. Pattern matching is a very handy thing, and there are widely accepted standards that everybody uses. So BRE and ERE standards, we'll go through both of them in week 4 using the grep command. Then some log analysis to know how these pattern matching can help you in analyzing the logs. In week 5, you will be introduced with command line editors, and we'll start with shell scripting. So this shell scripting is a very important topic and the core of Linux. Why people use Linux so widely? In week 6, we will grill more on shell scripting and try to learn to write useful shell scripts that can be converted to commands. In week 7, we will go through text processing utilities, awk and sed. So these are not just simple utilities. We can write scripts and programs using these. So awk is developed as a full programming language now and used widely for text processing. In week 8, we will go through file packaging utilities, some introduction to RAID, and some introduction to version control systems using Git, and networking commands and SSH. Next, let's talk about weekly assessments. So there will be two type of assignments every week. So some objective type problems would be there and some programming questions would be there. So both the type of problems will have graded and practice. That means graded objective problems, practice objective problems, graded programming problems, and practice objective problems. Now let's talk about the grading pattern. So weekly assessments are related to all the graded assignments that would be uploaded on portal, and you have to submit using portal. The weightage is 10%. There will be 2 quizzes in the course that you would have to attend in person at the exam centers, and the weightage for each course is 15%. For the end term exam also, you will have to attend in person in exam center, and the weightage is 30%. There will be 2 proctored programming exams. You will have to attend it from your preferred location, that through that will be done on portal itself, and each programming exam the weightage is 15%. Then there is bonus based on your discourse and live session participation, and the practice problems submissions. Now, what is the eligibility to attend the end-term exam? So your average of best 5 out of 8 weekly assignments assessment should be greater than 40%, and you have to attend at least one of the two quizzes. So, and eligibility to get the course guide is attending the end sem exam and one of the programming exam. It is required to be attended, and also the score in at least one of the two programming exams should be greater than 40%. So basically, you have to attend at least one quiz, at least one programming exam, and you have to solve at least 5 out of 8 weekly assessments, and also attend the end sem to get the course grades. Okay, so let's talk about the scoring formula. So there are three parts to it. So the first is the score based on your graded assignments, the weekly graded assignment. So that is 0.1 GAA. Then the second part is based on the scores of your programming exams. So that is if you attend both programming exams, that will be 15% of OPE1 plus 15% of OPE2. And if you do not attend one, then it will be that is 0.2 into max of OPE1 and OPE2, whichever is greater. Then the third part is based on the scores of both of the quizzes and the final exam. So if all three are being attended, then 30% of the final exam and 15% each of quiz 1 and quiz 2. And if the student does not attend one of the quizzes, then it is a penalty of 5% and 0.2%, 0.2 into max of quiz 1 or quiz 2 plus 35% of final exam. Now the support from course instructors is offered as live sessions. There will be 2 weekly live sessions. One is an open session. There you can have any queries answered from course instructors, and the second one would be the solve research sessions, where we'll provide extra problem other than graded assignments and practice problems. There will be a few more extra problems that we will be solving along with the students. Then we have discourse discussions where your queries can be answered, and also the problems that are offered in code with us sessions will be available and configured on Replit and can be solved anytime by the people who were not able to attend the sessions. So these can be accessed anytime during the course after they are released. Now, what are the expectations from the students? So there will be around 2.5 hours of lectures every week. So around 10 to 12 hours of efforts in a week would be sufficient, and you won't have to uh, put any extra efforts if this is done. Active discussion among students on discourse is appreciated, and active participation in all modes of tests, constructive inputs via discussion forum, that is again discourse, and we request you to maintain decorum in the forums and live sessions, and also cooperate with the instructor team to bring the best out of everyone and to enhance the quality of the program. Now lastly, let's discuss about the software and hardware requirements. So the hardware requirements are not any there is no stringent requirement that you cannot live without, but these are just the recommended ones. If you have a good laptop or desktop with a 8 GB RAM and Windows 10 or machine learning Linux, that would be good. And mobile phone with good camera is required for online programming proctored exams. So regarding the software requirements, you can run any Linux, Windows, or Linux or Mac OS, and we will help you with the ways on running the bash commands or uh, the Linux CLI on any of the operating systems. We have guides available for that we will be sharing with you during the course. And apart from this, you can practice all of the problems on Replit also. So it's better to have a good working knowledge of Replit, and obviously good internet connection. So that's all from my side. If you have any queries, we'll go ahead and answer them. Yeah. So let me see the queries that are all pre-recorded through Google Forms. So one of the queries is, do we need to have Linux installed on our systems for this course? Hey Krishnan, am I audible? Firstly,
Yes, Ankur. Yes. you
okay,
are
thanks.
audible.
So I have already covered this in the video. So it's better to have a Linux installed if you have a secondary machine there where you can install Linux on, or if you can install it on your primary machine, that's also okay as a second OS or as a primary OS. But if you don't have that, that's also then also it's fine. On Windows, we have WSL that will support full version of Linux, and on Mac we have Docker. On newer Macs also we can run the Linux CLI using the Docker, and on Linux obviously we have the full-fledged CLI there. So the second query is syllabus and about quizzes and who take the course, who can take the course. So syllabus and the quizzes and the exam pattern, everything is already covered in the video. Now on who can take the course, so there are no prerequisites for the course. Anybody can take the course who is in the diploma program. And the third query we have is, I had taken this course last term. The course seems challenging for me after first 4 weeks. I was unaware of the difficulty level, and also these are kinda new to me. So I have scored the grade I scored is not as per the expectation. So can I take the course again? Yeah. So this is a skill enhancement course, and it involves a lot of programming, scripting. So it's not a theoretical course, and if you take it and if you practice the scripts and the assignments, it will definitely help you. And improving the grade is a different thing, but when you solve the questions, that will definitely help you. So I will let Krishnan take the other two questions. I will just read out the questions. So can I take this course with PDSA because I am also in my last semester of PG course? So I had to give ample time to my last sem, and this is a 8-week course program. Krishnan?
Yeah. Uh, as you said, it is a 8-week course. You have some time for your like contribute to other courses. Yeah, if you feel that is enough time, then you can. So PDSA is a demanding course as well. Depends on the I first of all I first let you I mean analyze yourself. Can you take two more courses, or if you are taking only two courses, it's fine. Okay. So you have some time left on this course to contribute to another courses, so it's fine. Yeah, it's also it's up to you. I mean, yeah, it's a finally it's your decision.
Yeah. So the next query has two parts to it. The first one is, do we need to use Ubuntu mandatorily, or can we use any other distribution of Linux? So there are a lot of distributions of Linux, but even if you use some other Debian based Linux, it's okay. But we would recommend you to use Ubuntu only, and the same because we would be using the same version of Bash, and there won't be any inconsistencies uh, during solving the assignments or any other problems. So that's why to so that everybody be on the same platform and uses the same version, we recommend that you use Ubuntu. But for practicing, it's not necessary. The second part to the question is just a yeah. The second part is a comparative analysis of the rigor of this course versus TDS would be quite helpful. Krishnan?
Yeah, actually, I'm not the, I didn't know much about the TTS course. I cannot compare with the course. So, I mean, for this course, the initial 4 weeks will be like so getting to know about the Linux environment. So, the first 4 weeks are relatively easy compared to the later 4 weeks. Okay. So, I cannot compare with other course, but yeah, but the later 4 weeks requires much more time compared to the first 4 weeks. So, you are expected to search and search outside of this course, relevant to the course, and get into you better and practice more, on this later parts, especially which involves bash scripting, awk scripting, and z script. Okay, so it will be much useful if you practice more and more, then it will be rewarded in your OPPA.
Yes, I agree with what Krishnan said. So there are no more queries. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So thanks for attending the session, and yeah, we would close the session and meet you guys in the course. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all.